What's up everybody, it's Lollipop. Today we're going to be talking about Aliens Fireteam Elite. Now, it's a new game that just came out. I've actually really been enjoying it. It's basically Left 4 Dead with aliens. It's really fun, but there are a few concerns that the community have about the game and its launch and its content that's going to be coming up later on and all that, because there are some issues with the game right now. Of course, this is a brand new game made by a brand new studio. It's actually their first ever video game that they make, so of course it's not perfect, and honestly I think they did a really good job. At least on the PC version, everything works fine. Optimization is great. You know, I'm not gonna do like an in-depth review in this video, but the game is great, but there are still some concerns. And so the devs actually on their Discord have done a Q&A session on the Discord to answer community concerns. So here's the channel. We're gonna go down here. So the Q&A section, yeah, so we have pictures of the devs. You know, the devs are really, they're goofy, man. They just make jokes and stuff, and they're just as much big fans of the game as we are, and I love that. We have some photos here of the devs who are just fucking goofballs, you know. they're great. I love the devs. They're really transparent, and they're really talking to the community and again answering concerns. The game's not even been out for a week and they're already addressing issues and patching the game. It's crazy. These guys are great. So anyways, let's go straight into the Q&A section. So the first question is, are there any plans for movie tie-in content, whether it be characters, locations, or anything? And their answer is, we've been focused on adding new stories and characters to the Alien universe, but there's more story to tell. So basically it's a non-answer. They obviously they can't just say, yeah, we're gonna release this and that, but what they're saying basically is you're gonna get more shit from the movies, so that's good for people who want that. Now, full disclosure, I actually haven't watched any of the Aliens movies, so I don't really care, but it's great for those who do. Next question is, any plans to add ultra-wide resolution support on PC? The answer is, we are playing around with some options to allow some customization settings for ultra-wide monitors. We'll have to update you with specific as we get them. You can play in ultra-wide now, but the UI is just kind of weird. Basically, they need to add an FOV slider, which is also one of the biggest concerns that this game have right now, is the FOV slider. So yeah, they're working on that. It's basically a double answer right there, so hell yeah. Next question. Currently, there are 7 options for matchmaking, which can seriously affect your chances to find players. Are there plans to implement a quick play option so that you can find any match at any difficulty? So yeah, that's a big issue with the game, where you know, you have to select a mission and a difficulty and then matchmake with someone. You can't just do like quick play and just join a random lobby to help them out like you could in Left 4 Dead, for example, or really any type of game like this. So that's definitely a feature they need to add, and the answer is, we are looking into adding this feature based on the community asking for it. It hasn't made it into the roadmap yet, and we don't have a solid time frame, so it feels kind of weird that the community had to ask for that, because I mean, it's kind of hard to find people sometimes in this game, even though the game just launched. So I can't even imagine like 6 months down the line. But hey, they're planning on it and they don't have a roadmap for it yet, so I would not expect that to come soon. Fixing a bunch of matchmaking issues, especially on Xbox, so they have a lot of work to be done with the matchmaking, that's for sure, but they're working on it, so that's great. Next question. For those of us who don't have friends, will we be able to customize the loadouts of Alpha and Beta to better suit our chosen role? And their answer is, there is no plan for this. Alpha and Beta are good boys, be nice to them. So a lot of people are disappointed by this because they like to play solo. They want to play with bots and they want to be able to customize the bots and choose the classes for the bots. And look, I understand where they're coming from, but here's where I disagree. If we allow everyone to play solo and have bots that are basically just as good as real players, then why the fuck would they go and play with real players at this point? You know, and it's a game about co-op. It's a multiplayer game, and I think it's great for the game to encourage that and encourage people to play with other people. I think it's a good decision on the devs here to not have too much of customization for the bots. Now, it would be cool if you could customize them, let's say outfits and stuff like that, but I don't think you should be able to specifically give them like an actual class, like a doc or something that keeps healing you and stuff stuff, and that would take a lot of time for them to code that as well. So I'd rather them work on other stuff than this and focus on the actual co-op stuff of the game, like, you know, adding a fucking voice chat or something rather than having bots. But that's just me, that's just my opinion, and I know a lot of people want to have customizable bots because they like playing solo, but again, I feel like you should just go play with real people because that's what the game's about. Next question, PvP mode. Answer, no. Just play on a difficulty with friendly fire. That's a good answer. Next question. Will there be more attachments released in future DLC updates? So the answer is yes. Our upcoming seasons, which are free, will have additional guns and attachments to customize your loadout. First season drops September 8th, along with the new class called Phalanx? I don't know how to fuck say that. Whatever. First, it confirms that the first season comes out September 8th, which is a lot sooner than I expected. Like 2 weeks after release, we already have the first season of content. God damn. But we'll talk about seasons a bit later, as there are more answers that are gonna be related to that. So we'll get back to that. So the devs are saying, getting a lot of questions about upcoming features and content. The team is working really hard right now on reacting to launch issues and getting season 1 ready to go. We've got an additional 3 seasons planned on coming out in the next year. Each has either new content or classes, note the or here, and comes with new rewards. All of the content in the updates are free with the base game. Each season will also come with DLC packs with over 20 exclusive cosmetic items in it. If you have the deluxe edition, then you get these cosmetics when they come out, or you can buy them individually. So here's a few things that I want to point out. So season 1's coming out in a week, basically, at this point, but they have not talked about a new campaign or a new map for horde mode or anything like that. All they're saying is that there's a new class and new guns, new attachments. Now here's the thing, all the DLCs are free, so I'm not complaining about lack of content or anything, but if we're only getting 4 seasons, and if we don't get a new map this season, that only gives them 3 more seasons to give us more content of actual, you know, gameplay content such as maps. Now I can understand why season 1 would not have more of that content because, well, the game just came out, we already have 12 levels to go through. There's really no point in adding a new map 2 weeks after release. I understand that, but then I just worry a little bit of how much more content will we actually get later down the line, because if we only have 3 seasons left for the entire year, well, how many maps of horde mode are we gonna get at the end of the year? You know, are we gonna get 1 map per season? That would be a total of 4 maps, because horde mode only has 1 map right now, which is pretty lacking in my opinion. And as much as I love the game, you know, horde mode feels like an afterthought right now, and I really hope they go and expand on this game mode, because horde mode is fun, but playing the same map over and over is gonna get old real fast. So I'm hoping season 2 at least has a new horde mode map. And I don't know about new campaign missions. I mean, again, they said each season either has content or classes. So let's say season 1 is a new class, season 2 is a new map, season 3 is a new class, season 4 is a new map. You know what I'm saying? Like, we might not get as much map content as we should, really. But again, it's free DLC, so I'm not complaining here, but it is something to worry about a little bit. It's one of my concerns personally. I wonder how much content we're actually gonna get at the end of the year, because new guns are fun and all, but we already have 30 guns in the game. Like, I don't think new guns is what we need right now. I'd much rather have a new horde mode map. But that's just me. Next question, which I think is really important. So, are there any plans to implement voice chat as well as text chat? Communication is very difficult in game at the moment. Thank you, very good game. I can't stop playing it, and I am in the same boat. I've been playing this shit non-stop since it came out. So, the answer. Awesome, glad you're having a great time. Well, thank you, sir. Voice chat is available on Xbox and PlayStation, but we don't currently have it on the roadmap to implement voice or text chat on PC. What the fuck? We'll continue to evaluate it based on the community's request. Yeah, I'll keep fucking requesting it. Don't forget to use the middle mouse button. Yeah, the ping. Okay, so I've actually disliked this. What the fuck? No text chat on PC. What is wrong with you? Like, I couldn't give a shit about voice chat, honestly. I don't want to hear you eat your Cheetos while I play. But text chat is like a basic feature for any game on PC. And sometimes just to be able to write something like, you know, don't start the fucking horde yet would be great. And pings can't really do that. I don't understand how a game in 2021 can come out with no text chat on PC. It's a sin. It can't be that hard to code a fucking text chat, man. Like, it's been in games since the 90s. Are you kidding me? That shit's been around for 20 years. How hard can it be to implement? That's really my only issue with this game, is that there's no text chat. It's completely stupid, and I feel like the biggest issues the game have are matchmaking related issues or communication between players issues, which is weird considering it's a co-op game that encourages you to play with other people. And yet, it's like the devs haven't thought about how to interact with people without using Discord or without your friends, you know? I don't have a lot of friends that play this game at the moment, or they don't play as much as I do, so I end up most of the time playing with randoms, and pings in game can only go so far, you know? I can't actually communicate what I want using pings most of the time. Or if I'm using the doctor class, for example, and I don't want my teammates to steal all my medkits so I can fucking heal them, I can't say that with pings, you know? A lot of people still don't know that medkits are how you recharge the trauma kit, and I can't blame them for not knowing. But if I had a way to tell them in game using text chat, that'd be great. But I can't, because they can't implement this 20 years old feature for some reason. So anyways, I really hope they re-evaluate it based on the community's request, as they say, because this shit needs to be in the game on season 1. I don't care if you have to delay season 1 for it or whatever. Like, text chat needs to happen. We need it for playing with randoms. Otherwise, this game is gonna die. Like, people are not gonna play with randoms if they can't communicate, especially on higher difficulties. It's just impossible to play with someone without communication. Next question: whose idea was it to add the alien jump scare stinger as the headshot sound? So I actually really like the headshot sound that you get when you, well, get headshots, but a lot of people actually dislike that. So what they're saying is they're working on a setting to disable the headshot sound. So if you're getting annoyed by the headshot sound, you don't want to hear it anymore, then you'll be able to disable it in the future. Next question: can we please get the option to stack challenge cards? And basically, I'm not gonna read all this, but basically the answer is it was a conscious decision that we made when designing the system. If we allowed stacking, tons of combination ended up leading to broken and just unfun situations, and I can definitely see that being a problem. If you play through the game and you have like 3 debuff cards, like how the fuck would you go through that? So yeah, I understand why they would only allow 1 card at a time, and it would be very OP if you just get 3 buff cards of like, you get like 6 times the XP in 1 match. Like, what the fuck? No, that's just not... That just doesn't work. Next question: I reached rank 8 on my class, but I did not receive the elite skin. Is that a known bug? Answer: sorry for the trouble for that issue. We actually listed that particular issue out already in our known issues post and are already working on trying to fix it as soon as possible. So yeah, a lot of people have not been receiving their new outfit when they reach level 8, myself included. I received it for my gunner class, and then when I leveled up technician, I think, and demolition or whatever, I did not actually get it. So I don't know, it's kind of random. Sometimes you get it, sometimes you don't, but they're working on a fix, so I'm guessing by the time season 1 comes out in a week, it's probably gonna be there and we're probably gonna get our skins. But honestly, it's like, it's the same fucking skin as the recon skin you can buy in the shop, but it has red stripes, so I don't know, it's, who cares, just buy the one in the shop in the meantime, I guess. Next question: how does it feel to have your game number 2 in the Steam top seller list? Damn, I actually did not know that. Answer: almost as good as having it in the top 3 on Twitch for a while. Hell yeah. And that's a good point. This game has popped off a lot more than I thought. And for me, it's really weird because I actually had not even heard about this game at all until like release day, when I saw like a few reviews on YouTube and I was like, damn, that looks fun. I just fucking went for it and got it, and again, I've never watched any Alien movies, but I love Left 4 Dead, and I love these kind of games that are co-op based, and this game has really satisfied an itch for me of playing these kind of games, you know? So yeah, it's been really fun, and I'm happy that the game is doing well. I'm hoping that they're gonna add more content and stuff. The devs seem very receptive to criticism and feedback, so I'm hoping that with the game being more popular than they intended, that hopefully they're going to be adding more features in and give it the love it deserves. They have a good opportunity here. It's their first ever game, and so far they're doing great. I really hope they keep it going. Next question. Would you consider changing the dock skill to recharge your trauma station on medkit use and also allowing for them to hold 2 medkits? Right now, there is an issue where if you use the trauma kit, then you have a harder time being able to use the medkits and vice versa. So yeah, using the dock, like I was saying earlier, if you're playing with randoms and people just steal your medkits, then it's pretty much impossible to heal people. And same thing, if you have your health already maxed out and you want to recharge your trauma kit and you cannot grab a medkit, then you have to damage a teammate in order to heal them to then grab a medkit to recharge a stage. Like, it's just weird. So yeah, they definitely need to rebalance the dock. So here, let's see what their answer is. We've gotten a lot of feedback on the dock trauma station mechanic. We're looking into ways that we can make it a little easier for people to understand how it works and reduce some of the friction. We realize it can be hard in a pickup group, but making sure that dock is picking up the medkits and using them to heal other teammates help. Again, just add text chat. Like, it's just that easy. Add text chat in the game so that we can just tell people, hey, I'm Doc, let me grab health so I can heal you. Like, literally takes 2 seconds to type. If I could just type that at the start of the match as a Doc, there you go. That's one way to make it a little easier for people to understand right there. But again, they haven't really mentioned that they're gonna change or rebalance Doc, which is a bit disappointing because, again, even if they know that you need to pick up medkits, I think it's dumb that you have to shoot at teammates to heal them to then grab a medkit. It's just stupid. There should be ways to pick up more than 1 medkit or to still grab a medkit if you already have one, because it's just dumb that you have to take damage to heal and then grab one to recharge a trauma kit. It's just it's weird. Next question. Will there be any future game modes added to the game, such as Versus? In my opinion, the game is a hit and I'm having a lot of fun. I think Versus would top it off. The answer is we're definitely working on new game modes with an S to add to the game. We're still leaning into the co-op side of things for now though. So that's great. At least, you know, I don't think Versus really would work that well in this game, to be honest. So I'm glad that they're sticking into the PvE side of things, because that's really what this game was built for. But the fact that they're working on multiple game modes to add through the seasons is definitely reassuring, because as I was saying earlier, I'm a bit concerned about the content that seasons are actually gonna have, but apparently they're working on game modes, so I'm not really sure what that means, or if it's just gonna be reusing the levels we already have in a different game mode or something, which would be fine. You know, recycling content is fine as long as it's fun and it's actually not lazy. But we'll have to see as the year progresses what kind of content we actually get out of the seasons, but it's good to see that they're working on new stuff, I guess. So the next question is kind of interesting. What is the name for this white armor on Demolisher in the Survive the Hive trailer on 18 seconds? Is this a future DLC armor or can it be found? And the dev just said, good eye. Let's just say coming soon. So there's actually an armor that was shown in the trailer that is not in the game. It's gonna be coming as a DLC, and like, I guess they didn't notice it or something. So that's funny, but it's also kind of worrisome, because that means, you know, content that was probably supposed to be there at launch has been postponed for season 1, which again is understandable because season 1 comes out like 2 weeks after the game launched, which again is just crazy. So of course they need content in that season, and to be honest, outfits and armor, that's the one thing that felt lacking in the game for me. Like, you only have 2 outfits if you don't have the deluxe edition, so it just felt weird to only have 2 outfits. So it's definitely, they basically confirmed here that new outfits are going to be coming with season 1, and basically they were supposed to be there at launch, but then they were like, we need stuff for season 1, so let's just have outfits come out 2 weeks later. So again, if we had to wait like a month or something, that would have been a big deal to me, because I like unlocking outfits and customizing my character. That's one of the things I really like about the game, and I was a bit disappointed that I'm not getting more outfits for completing higher difficulties or whatever. So it's great to see that season 1 is going to be adding those in the game. But again, it's also like, what else did they cut out of launch to add into seasons later? We've seen it a million times with games, you know, stuff like Call of Duty always have maps taken out of launch to add back into later seasons and stuff like that. It happens in every game nowadays, so I'm not too surprised about this at all. And again, since season 1 is coming out so soon after launch, I think it's fine. But yeah, it's kind of interesting that they actually answered to that instead of just avoiding it entirely. So I like the transparency here, guys. Next question: will there be a nerf to extreme and insane difficulty, as it is currently near impossible? The answer is no. It's supposed to be hard. So yeah, again, I don't think it's impossible at all. I just think people are not used to the game yet. It's not even been out for a week, guys. So of course you're not going to be able to do extreme or insane pretty easily. It's like Left 4 Dead. When it came out back in 2009, do you think people were already playing on Realism Expert and just going through the campaigns like it's nothing? No, it's the same thing here. I feel like in a couple weeks, people are going to be used to the game. They're going to have their stuff leveled up. They're going to have friends that they made on matchmaking, and they're going to have a group to play with. And at this point, difficulties are going to be just fine. And again, if they nerf it now, then it's just going to be bad for the longevity of the game, because then it's going to be too easy later down the line, even if it's maybe a bit too hard right now. But again, I personally don't think the difficulties are too bad. I haven't tried insane yet, but I have played half the campaign on extreme with only 2 players and a bot, and we were doing just fine. Like, honestly, it's, yeah, sure, it's hard, and we used cards to give ourselves buffs and whatnot, but it's possible. It's not impossible. So again, just use communication, make sure you make friends with good players that you find in your matchmaking, use cards if you have to, and yeah, like I said, man, we played on extreme 2 players and we were doing great. So I can understand why some people might have more trouble with the game, because it is challenging, it is pretty hard. But again, I feel like people are going to get better at the game as time goes on, so I don't think they should nerf at all. So again, I respect the dev's decision to just say nope, it's staying as it is, and I respect that, because some people might have nerfed it and try to listen to the community a bit too much. And I like that the devs actually have a line here that they don't want to cross. Like, they listen to community, they hear the feedback, but they don't make the game based on what everything says. They still have a vision, and they're following that vision, and they're sticking to it, and they're taking feedback into consideration, and I respect that. And one of the devs actually said near impossible isn't impossible, and there you go, that's what I'm saying. Next question: what made you pick a third-person point of view for the game? Will there be an event or game mode for a first-person view? The answer is we wanted you to be able to see your awesome looking Marine. That's a great decision. I love customization of my character and actually seeing my character in game. We also wanted the cover system for the synth combat, so we needed third person for that. Third reason was to give you a little more visibility to react to how the Xenomorph AI constantly flanks you and surrounds you. So they didn't answer the question about event or game mode of first person, so I'm guessing it's just a no. So there will not be first person in this game, which honestly I'm fine with. I don't feel like this game would really be that great in first person. I know some people have said like, oh, it would add to the immersion, it would be more scary and whatnot, but I feel like the game isn't designed for first person. The way the enemies move, the way the levels are made, the cover systems and all that, I don't think first person would work that great. And again, they have a limited team, they have a limited budget, and if they spend time working on a useless first person mode that takes like a month to develop, then that's a month of other content we don't get. So I'd much rather them focus on other stuff than a first-person mode. Next question, any plans for additional car abilities for each class? The answer is we're focused on adding more classes to the game before we start deepening the options for the current classes. But keep an eye out for new perks though. So basically what they're saying is they're not going to be adding more levels to the current classes, which the maximum level is 8 right now. They're not planning on expanding on these levels or adding more abilities to them, but maybe they will in the future. It's not out of the question, so maybe at some point the max level will be like level 10 or something. And I wouldn't be surprised if they do that at some point to try and regain a player base if it dies out during the year. It's easy for devs to just say like, hey, let's just add more levels and try to get people back into playing the game. So I wouldn't be surprised if they did that at some point, but it's not on the roadmap right now. So I've actually had this issue here that this guy's talking about. So the question is, there's been multiple times where during Horde or campaign, there's an alien stuck somewhere in the map and it causes players to have to quit and get 0 XP as a result. Will this be fixed? And their answer is, we're investigating and fixing. So again, I've had this issue happen where an alien was just stuck in a wall somewhere and my friends and I could not progress to the level, which was kind of a shame because it was like the first time he was playing with me and I was hyping up the game so much to him and I was saying, yeah, I haven't encountered any bugs yet, it's a great release, and then that happened in our first match. But whatever, it was just funny. But yeah, they're working on it, they're gonna fix it. I'm not too worried. It only happened to me once in, again, my entire playtime. Apparently they're fixing it, so hopefully it won't be happening for too long. The devs are saying there are a lot of awesome gameplay and feature suggestions in these questions. Like I mentioned earlier, we are gathering and evaluating these to see how we might be able to fit them into future content. So again, I love how the devs are listening, but they're also focused on staying on true to their vision and just adding stuff that actually fits with what they want the game to be. So I like that they're taking feedback, but they're actually filtering it into something that they believe in, instead of just trying to please everybody and in the process please nobody. Next question, can we get full body armor with helmets that cover our faces entirely? The answer is yes. Coming September 8th with the deluxe edition, you'll have skins that cover your faces. So again, if you want cosmetics and you have the deluxe edition, you'll have that on season 1, or you can buy the pack individually when it comes out. And that's it for the Q&A section for now. They say they're gonna be doing more of those as time goes on, so I'm guessing when season 1 drops, they might do another Q&A, maybe related to season 2 or something, because we don't know when that's gonna be coming out. If I had to guess, I'd say probably around the holidays, alongside a sale to try and get people to buy the game. But we shall see, because we live in a year of delays here, ladies and gentlemen, and they say that season 1 is coming out in a week, and I'm having a bit of a hard time believing that. So they might end up delaying it. That's just my opinion. But again, if they've cut content from launch for season 1, then maybe they won't have to delay it because it's already ready, basically. Make sure to join their Discord. I'm gonna put the link down in my description, but make sure you join the Fireteam Elite's Discord. If you have any questions you want to ask the devs for the next Q&A they make sure to be there and you'll be notified when the next Q&A happens. You'll be able to ask your questions to the devs directly and hopefully get an answer. And let me know if you actually enjoyed this video, if you want me to make more, if you want me to make one for every time they make a Q&A. Let me know. I'm interested in the game and I'm going to be following it all year. I want to see where it goes and what happens with it, and I've really been enjoying it, so I'm hoping the devs keep following that track and the game actually succeeds and is really good. So I'm looking forward to getting more content in the game and talking more about it. But yeah, other than that, guys, you can follow me on Twitch if you want at twitch.tv/lollipopomg. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, consider leaving a like. I would really appreciate it. To be honest, I think the answers they give were pretty good, other than the fact that they're not planning for text chat to be a thing. Come on, just add text chat, devs. Come on, just do it. But anyways, that's gonna be it for me. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in the next video. Have a good day.